right, we have made it through Unit 2 now. It's time to talk about our assignment. Now, this was a very gear-heavy unit. It was all technical stuff, but we're going to have a little bit of fun, and we're going to try to do a little bit of creative thinking with this assignment. So the TLDR of this assignment is that you are going to be creating a cohesive photo series. 3 to 5 photos are going to be your final deliverables. Now, this photo series should be about a mini photo story of some kind of event. It doesn't have to be a real event. If you have some kind of festival happening, go ahead and, show us the story of that. But it could be something like waking up in the morning and making a cup of coffee. It doesn't have to be anything extravagant. Use your own creativity for this, and go ahead and make us a photo story. Now, there are some intricacies with this assignment that do relate back to the unit. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to choose your subject or your event. It could be a quiet moment. It could be an actual party. But you're going to be trying to tell us a very small story documented through 3 to 5 images at the end. You are going to use 2 approaches for this. That means if you have one of these guys and one of these guys, you should be taking photos on both of them. If you have 2 different focal lengths, that could be your 2 approaches. But essentially what we want you to do, is we want you to use more than one focal length, more than one camera to document this event. And we want you to kind of understand by doing this how the equipment, your phone or your camera, or how the different focal lengths actually affect your final images. So you should be paying attention to that. You should be very sensitive to that because we are going to ask you to reflect on it. What you should be focusing on in your pictures themselves are your exposure and your composition. If you are not comfortable with any kind of manual settings yet, I don't expect you to be. We haven't done that yet. So go ahead and use auto mode. That's totally fine. If you are comfortable with some manual settings and you prefer them, go ahead. That's not what's important here. What's going to be important here is your composition and your exposure, because composition comes a lot with our focal length and exposure does as well. So go ahead and do that. As far as RAW versus JPEG, if you can, I would suggest shooting in RAW plus JPEG and storing that RAW file away for a future assignment. We will use those RAW files then. But you're going to be presenting us with your JPEG. You're going to choose your final images. We don't want any edits on this. We want these to be straight out of camera JPEGs. If you do want to straighten them or something like that, or if your phone or camera has any built-in profiles, different color profiles or black and white or whatever, go ahead and use those. But we don't want you bringing these into a post-processing software and moving around sliders. Not today, not for this assignment. So basic cropping, basic straightening, okay. In-camera profiles, okay. You're going to organize these files, so transfer them onto your computer or into the cloud or folders on your phone, and organize them in a way that makes sense for you. And then, make sure you're labeling your images so that you can find them again in the future. You are then going to submit these 3 to 5 images onto either the Discord or the subreddit, and you are going to highlight one image from each approach. So there should at least be one camera phone picture and one phone picture. If you're using 2 different lenses, there should be at least one from each of them. And then you're going to write a little reflection. What did you photograph? Why did you photograph it? And then think about how the different choices with focal length and so forth changed your final images or changed how you actually approached taking the pictures. And write that in a quick reflection, short paragraph. You should also kind of pop in what kind of feedback that you'd like from the mentors. Are you looking for more technical stuff, or are you looking for more compositional or narrative? Whatever it is that you think you want to hear some additional thoughts on, just give us a little note on that to help the process along. So that's it. If you want to kind of make it a game, you can by not telling us which picture was taken with the phone, which picture was taken with a wide angle, and let's see if your peers can guess and say, oh, I think that one was the phone picture. I think that one was the zoom lens. So go ahead and do that. That's a fun way to kind of get people looking at your photos in a more critical way, and also practicing for themselves, identifying things like focal length. And also, you might be surprised at which ones were made with a phone versus which ones were made with a camera. And that's it. We have some regular events coming up on the Discord, including a little very casual chat about this unit. So if you want to pop over to the Discord and check the events tab at the top, you're going to see the date and time for all of these. Keep in mind that the time is in your time zone. So you don't have to ask what time is it, when is it? It's in your time zone on the Discord. So check that. Don't forget to write in your learning journals as well. If you haven't gotten it yet, you can still buy a physical copy or download the PDF. And that's it. I'll see you guys on the Discord and in the Reddit. And for Unit 3, which is all about photography basics, we're going to get into settings and more compositional guidelines, things like that, color theory, my personal favorite introductory unit. So I look forward to that, and I'll see you all then. Thank you, and well done with Unit 2.